So once again, good morning everyone, and we're going to talk about the topics under strategic cost management. Actually, the first topic, because we have two topics for today. The first one is the objectives, role, and scope of management accounting. So I asked you to read yung chapters 1 and 2 of our book. So just a test, if you still remember. So in our chat box, put your answers. Which activity or activities is or are normally performed by management accountants? So pwedeng, there are several answers. So you have to put that in our chat box. A, assisting managers to interpret data in management accounting reports. Is it B, designing systems to provide information for internal and external reports? Or C, maintaining the current level of resource utilization as well as internal and external communication? Is it D, motivating managers toward the organization's goals? Is it E, deciding the best level of inventory to be maintained is normally performed by management accountants? Or is it F, gathering data from sources other than the accounting system? So may I know your answers in our chat box? There could be one or more answers. If there are several answers na nakita ninyo, please put all those in our chat box. All right, so can I see your answers? Okay, answer A, B, D, and F. These are the things that are normally performed by management accountants. Kung mapapansin mo, yung A, parang we are assisting, we are recommending to managers, we are assisting them with to interpret data in management accounting reports. We design system to provide information, we motivate the managers, we gather data. Kung mapapansin niyo po, it's more on the support functions na activities ng mga management accountants. At pansinin po yung C at saka yung E. C at saka E. Parang pala desisyon itong C and E. Tingnan po nagde-decide ng best level, nagme-maintain daw ng current level. No, we do not do that. What we do is we recommend, we suggest, we assist them, but we do not decide for the organization. That is our role. Okay? Sa exams, madali mo makita, pag tinanong niya, alin ang hindi kasama sa mga role ng management accountants, yung pala desisyon ang hahanapin mo sa mga choices. Okay? Because we just assist them for them to come up with the decision, yung top management or yung management. Okay, so just to summarize, ito po yung objectives in management of management accounting. Number 1, we provide them with information for decision making and planning. Yung reports na binibigay natin as management accountants, yung mga internal reports, yung mga special reports na binibigay natin sa kanila, ginagamit nila in coming up with their decisions and planning activities para sa organization. Okay? We assist them in their directing and controlling operations. Pag nabigay na natin yung data, they know what to do. Especially kapag nagbibigay tayo ng data, yung mga relevant information ang laman nun, mabilis nilang magagawa yung kanilang mga functions. We motivate the managers toward achieving organization's goals. Ikaw ba naman magkaroon ng guide? Ikaw ba naman magkaroon ng complete data? The managers can really be motivated para ma-achieve your organization's goals. Kasi if malinaw yung direction sa mga managers, mas magagawa nila yung kanilang role bilang managers para ma-achieve yung goal ng organization. And we are management accounting is also helpful in measuring the performance of the managers and subunits within the organization. So para makita rin natin, sinong manager ba ang nagpe-perform na maayos? Sinong manager ba yung kailangan nating i-train, bigyan pa ng mas maraming training, or kailangan i-top ng konti because hindi na masyado nagpe-perform ng maayos? And anong subunits ba? Kasi ang management accounting can go into the smallest unit in the organization. Kasi kapag na-manage mo ng mabuti yung pinakamaliit na unit sa organization. Parang pag lahat ng yan ay na-manage mo mabuti, yung entire organization ay magiging maayos. So ito po yung objectives of management accounting. At dito rin po pumapasok yung mga activities na normally performed by management accountants. Again, kung makikita, we just motivate, we just assist, we just provide the managers. We measure their performance, but we do not decide for the company. Okay? So, here are the elements of management accounting. Teka lang. Ayan. The first one is planning. Ano ba yung planning? In planning, this is the time that we set the goals and objectives. We set the goals and objectives of the organization, no? Pero we do not just set, we strategize on how we are going to achieve itong mga goals and objectives na to. Hindi lang ba sa plano ng plano, kailangan mag-strategize tayo paano natin ma-achieve itong mga plano na to. Okay? That involves choosing the goals, includes the budget planning. Tulad nga na sabi natin, when plans are converted into quantitative terms, these now become your budgets. Okay? And it involves a lot of decision-making activities. Kumbaga, sometimes there are several alternatives, several options sa ating mga sa management to choose from. So decision making is choosing between or among alternative courses of action. Pag namili tayo sa among the alternative courses of action, we choose the best option. Pag sinabi mong best option, hindi lang ito yung magbibigay sa atin ng pinakamalaking profit. Hindi agad yun. Because we choose the best option that will fit the organization. Importante yung that will fit the organization. Sometimes option A could have or could give us the best profit or the highest profit, pero wala tayong resources to do option A. And even if we do other things para lang magkaroon ng resources, hindi pa rin talaga fit sa organization natin. So again, decision making is choosing between or among alternative courses of action, and make sure that the best option na mapipili mo ay fit sa organization. So sometimes, ito yung best, pero you do not go with the best, you might go to the second best option kasi yun yung mag-fit sa organization. And to know kung yung plano natin ay nangyari o hindi, that is controlling. That covers both the action that implements the planning and the planning decision and the performance evaluation of the personnel and operations. Here, we check if the objectives and goals that we set during planning were met. Well, if not, what can be done? Okay, anong pwede natin magawa para makorek, ma-meet natin yung objectives na yan. And then we go back to planning, we go back to decision making, and then we go back to implementation. Tapos alamin uli natin kung na-achieve ba natin yan o hindi. And ang ginagawa po natin is continuous na performance evaluation. In performance evaluation, sometimes we can find it na yung ating ginawa or activities ay effective or efficient. Okay? Pag sinabi mong effective or efficient, medyo magkamukha pero hindi masyadong magkamukha yung terms na yan. Pag sinabi mong effective, basta na-achieve mo yung goal mo at objective mo, regardless on how you were able to do that, you are effective kasi nagawa mo yung objective mo. But if you are efficient, and this is what we want to happen, if you are efficient, we are able to achieve our goals and objectives with the least possible cost. Or in other words, we were able to maximize our resources sa pag-achieve ng ating goals and objectives. Pag na-maximize, ibig sabihin, ang pinaka-evident na result niyan ay mas mababa yung cost without sacrificing the quality of our products and services. Ayan. And evaluating, yun po ay nakaangkla sa controlling. Ibig sabihin, that is part of the control process wherein we evaluate the past performance and determine the degree of success in accomplishing the plan. What we normally do is we compare the actual versus the budget. And then the difference will tell you kung gaano kalaki yung deviation yan with our plan. Kapag nakita mo na actual ay malapit sa budget, ibig sabihin, parang sinabi mo na yung actual na ginawa ng organization ay according sa plano. Okay? Ang normal na ginagawa kong illustration sa part na to, we have manager A and manager B. Ang budget nila parehas ay 100,000. Ayan, 100,000. Pero nung actual na implementation, ang nangyari sa dalawang managers na to, ang actual cost ni manager A ay 48,500. So makikita natin, nakasave tayo ng 51,500 kay manager A. Nakasave po tayo. Okay? Kay manager B, ang actual cost niya, 102,300. Sumobra ng 2,300 si manager B sa paggastos. Ang tanong, panahon ng promotion, panahon ng appraisal, sinong manager ang ipopromote mo? Is it manager A or manager B? Kung kayo ang part ng top management, sino ang ipopromote mo? Sino bibigyan mo ng promotion? Is it manager A or manager B? Patingin nga. B. Okay? So mukhang wala naman yata ko kontra kay manager B. Siya na ba ipopromote natin? Alright, so everybody voted for manager B. So promoted na si manager B. Pero bakit? Simply because si manager B, kahit na sabihin mo unfavorable or napalakas yung gastos niya ng 2,300, malapit po siya sa budget. Ibig sabihin, yung ginagawa ni B ay mas sumusunod sa plano ng kumpanya. Ang layo ng 51,500 yung ginagawa ni A sa plano ng kumpanya. Okay? Pero siyempre, mas marami pang ibang information beyond that. Kasi ano bang reason bakit 48,500 lang? Baka naman talaga may significant event kaya nakamura or nakatipid ng husto si A. So you have to investigate then bakit gano'n. We do not stop by comparing, we have to investigate. Pero all other things equal, they did their best, pareha sila. Tapos ito ang result, we will really promote manager B. Okay? Kahit na nakasave pa si manager A. Kasi kahit na malayo ang top management, kahit na sobrang busy niya, alam niya that manager B is doing or performing according to the plan. Ayan. So true or false? May I know your answer? When carrying out their directing and motivating activities, managers select a course of action and specify how the action will be implemented. So you put number 1, your answer. Is it true or false? Pwede naman po na T or F lang. So 1 T or 1 F. Can I see your answers? When carrying out their directing and motivating activities, managers select course of action and specify how the action will be implemented. F. 1F. Oh, thank you for following the format. 1F. Oops. Everybody agreed because ayaw mo pakita, it's really false. It's not directing and motivating activities. When you are asked to select a course of action and specify how the action will be implemented, that is part of your decision making. Okay? So sometimes ma-theories, hindi pa sometimes, madalas ma-theory ang management accounting or strategic cost management. All right, so let's go to number 2. When carrying out planning activities, managers rely on feedback to ensure that the plan is actually carried out and is appropriately modified as circumstances change. So number 2, space. What's your answer? Wait, true, puro true. Let's find out if this is really true. Answer, it's false. It's not planning activities. Ano ang activity yan? It's controlling. They rely on feedback to ensure that the plan is actually carried out. That is controlling, di ba? We are checking if the objectives and goals of the organizations are met. Well, if not, what can be done? So that is controlling. So that's false for number 2. Okay. Let's go to number 3. Ay, iba pala to. So RCR company has set various goals and management is now taking appropriate action to ensure that the firm achieves these goals. One such action is to reduce outlays for overhead, which have exceeded budgeted amounts. Which of the following functions best describes this process? Is it planning, controlling, coordinating, or decision making? So please let me know your answer. Again, RCR company has set various goals and management is now taking appropriate action to ensure that the firm achieves these goals. One such action is to reduce outlays for overhead, which have exceeded budgeted amounts. Which of the following functions best describes this process? Can I see? 3. Uy, dalawa lang ang sumusulpot na answers. A and B. So what is this talaga? Let's go to the answer. It's controlling. Okay? Parang nasabi na natin kanina, when you are in the process of trying to determine the feedback or trying to identify if you are able to meet yung goals natin, and we are trying also to ensure that the firm achieves these goals. Ayan pala, nasabi ko na. With coming up with such corrective actions, that is what we call controlling. Okay, so letter B. For this one, this is an important, what is this? Assumption or theory in management. The concept of management by exception refers to management's what? Lagay po ulit, number 2 is space. Kasi multiple choice. So, what is this? The concept of management by exception refers to management's blank. A. Consideration of only rare events. B. Considerations of items selected at random. Or C. Ignorance of the reasons of variations from standards. Or D. Consideration only of those items which vary materially from plans. Tingnan ko nga. Okay, I think we have uniform answers. You all answered for letter D, and you are all correct. This is one management style that you only manage yung mga, or you only put attention dun sa mga items that will vary materially from plans. Ibig sabihin, kung hindi naman nag-vary materially yan, dire-diretso lang operations mo, there's nothing to worry. Pag magkaroon lang ng significant na deviation from the plan, that's the only time that you put attention. Kasi sometimes, ang liit-liit lang pala ng deviation, ng variance, tapos you put so much effort, mas mahal pa yung cost na na-incur mo because you put effort in investigating that variance kaysa sa amount ng variance. Kaya nga, we only put attention to those items which vary materially from plans. Yan po yung idea ng management by exception. Alright. So let's continue. Ayan. So let's compare this time the three accounting. There are three fields: financial accounting, management accounting, and cost accounting. Financial accounting focuses on external reporting, that is guided by GAAP. Okay, so alam naman natin kung ano yung mga reports na yon. Ito yung financial statements. We'll go deeper as we go along. Management accounting measures and reports financial informations as well as other types of information that assist managers in fulfilling the goals of the organization. Special reports po ang ginagawa natin. Why special reports? It depends on the needs of the users. Okay? Cost accounting measures and reports financial and other information related to the organization's acquisition or consumption of resources. And it creates a link between the management accounting and financial accounting. Because cost accounting, ginagamit siya in the preparation of your FS. At ginagamit din siya sa paggawa ng special reports to assist the managers in their planning and controlling functions. Kaya naman, ang cost accounting, sa maraming exams makikita mo, it creates an overlap, it creates a link between the two fields of accounting, financial and management accounting. Okay? So financial accounting, it's more on the valuation. Magkano bang cost of goods sold mo? Magkano ba inventory mo? Depende sa product cost natin and so on. Okay? Ayan. Mamaya, magkakaroon tayo ng review of cost accounting, yung cost concepts, classification, and behavior. So for now, we will focus on the difference between the financial accounting and management accounting. Primary users, ang financial accounting, external. Tulad ng investors, creditors, and government authorities. Pero kapag management accounting, ang users ay internal, such as the managers of the business. Ang tanong ko lang, yung employees, saan ba talaga sila kasama? Is it internal or external? Ito yung usual na tinatanong eh. So, may I know your answers? Saan ba talaga sinasama ang employees? Internal or external? Ayun. Ay, salamat naman. Pare-parehas tayo, external. Because yung user ng information, depende po yan kasi sa purpose. Kung saan mo yan gagamitin talaga. Kung ang purpose mo ay gamitin pang sarili mo or outside the organization, external ka. Pero kung gagamitin mo information para sa loob ng business, para dyan, regardless kung nasaan yung tinutukoy natin na user, kahit ng employees ay nasa loob ng kumpanya, pero sila ay considered as external. They are after the stability of the company, kung magkakaroon ba sila ng trabaho in the next 5 years pa, kung stable ba yung company, mapapasweldo pa rin ba sila, and so on. Okay? So, let's go back. Ano ba yung purpose ng information? Sa financial accounting, this would help the investors and creditors make investment and credit decisions. Example lang naman siya. Okay? So, ang dami kasing users or external users of information. So, depende kay external user kung para sa kanya ito gagamitin. But definitely, kung makikita nyo, yung investment decision na to at credit decision is not really for the organization na may-ari ng FS. It's actually si investor, gusto niya malaman, is it sulit ba na mag-invest ako dito? Si creditor, dapat ba pautangin ko tong organization na to? And so on. So kapakanan talaga nila yung kino-consider dito, nitong mga external users. But internal users, this help the internal users or the managers plan and control the business operations. Okay. Focus and time dimension of the information. Ang financial, ang focus dyan ay relevance and reliability. And it focuses on the past. Di ba nga ang definition nyo ng mga assets, liabilities, etc. From past obligation, from past events. Okay? So, it focuses on the past. Kung hindi yan nangyari, kung walang nangyari, wala naman tayong record in our financial accounting. Wherein the management focuses on relevance only. Yung sa reliability kasi, di ba hindi naman tayo sakop ng GAAP, hindi naman tayo sakop ng standards. So ibig sabihin, yung relevance niyan sa needs ng internal users, dun lang tayo nakafocus. Maaring wala yan sa standard, maaring nagde-deviate from the standard, pero basta kay manager, ito ay importante sa aking desisyon. Yun yung focus ng management accounting. And it focuses on the future. Even though yung parehas naman sila na nagdi-deal with the past din. Kumbaga, si financial accounting, past. Si management accounting, past, present, at saka future. Pero ang focus niyan is on the future talaga. In the next years, ano yung tsura ng FS natin? FS pa rin, no? Pero in the next years, ano yung performance natin, and so on. Okay. Type of report, I've mentioned this earlier. FS po, sa financial accounting, yan yung end product natin sa financial accounting, and that is restricted by generally accepted accounting principle. Audited by independent CPAs. Pero kapag management reports, internal reports, or special reports restricted by cost-benefit analysis, okay? It highly depends on the needs of the users. Ano ba yung decision na gagawin niya? So you give them we as management accountants, we give the management the information that they need in coming up with their decision. And yung special report, hindi po yan ino-audit ng independent CPAs. Ayan. Scope of information, financial accounting, summary reports primarily on the company as a whole. Pwede siyang quarterly basis or annual basis. Pero kapag management accounting, detailed na po yung reports natin on parts of the company, and often on daily or weekly basis. May ibang company pa nga na hindi lang daily, oras-oras minsan, depende po talaga kung gaano ka-frequent yung need ng information ng management. Okay? It could be mas frequent pa sa daily or weekly basis. Ayan. Oops. Management accounting places considerable focus on, is it A, the financial history of the business? Is it B, GAAP or generally accepted accounting principles? Or is it C, ensuring that all transactions are properly recorded? Or is it D, detailed segment reports about departments, products, and customers? What is it? Ano bang focus natin? A, B, C, or D? Alright. Pinagkukuha ko lang po ito sa mga previous na mga exams. And the answer is, oops, parang isa lang answer natin. Very good. Answer is letter D. Detailed segment reports about departments, product, and customers. Kumbaga, si financial accounting, yung kabuuan ang nire-report. Pero sa management accounting, hanggang sa pinakamaliit na detalye. Kung nag-offer ka ng 100 products, bawat product na yan gagawan mo ng report. Para malaman mo, anong product ba ang kailangan tanggalin ko na? Kasi hindi naman nagpa-perform ng maayos. Kaya ibang companies, kung mapapansin nyo, may mga products na ino-offer dati, bakit ngayon hindi na? Because of the segment reports na nagpakita na hindi na talaga dapat i-continue yung mga products na yan. Or, may mga branches ang 7-Eleven, may mga branches ang Jollibee or any establishment na close na. Anong reason? Because the segment report showed na hindi na talaga sila worth it na i-continue pa. When we go to differential cost analysis, dun natin pag-uusapan kailan ba talaga dapat i-stop ang isang branch, ang isang product, kailan ba dapat i-stop na i-offer, or ang isang service dapat ba i-stop na, or i-continue natin kasi mas lugi tayo kapag in-stop natin, and so on. So dito natin makikita sa management accounting yung mga ganong reports na hindi mo makikita basta-basta sa financial accounting, because sa financial accounting will talk about the entire organization. Okay? Ayan. This is another topic, comparison of some positions. I'd like to know your answer. A blank position in an organization is directly related to the achievement of the organization's basic objectives. Is it line, management, staff, or none of the choices? A blank position in an organization is directly related to the achievement of the organization's basic objectives. Check ko nga. A, alright. Paki-isa lang lagi sagot natin. The answer is really A. You are correct. Very good. Differentiate natin yung line versus the staff position. Ang line position, as mentioned earlier, in an organization is directly related sa achievement of the organization's basic objectives. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung function, kung ano yung nature ng business, kung sino yung naka-front dyan doing the main objective or main function of the business, sila yung nasa line position. At supportive in nature naman, yung mga staff. Hindi porket staff position, makikita natin mamaya na parang mababa na lagi compared to line. Ang gusto lang niya sabihin, yung line, yan yung naka-front, yan yung gumagawa ng major function. Yung staff, talaga naka-support lang to ensure that the line position will perform their obligations sa kung kanino naman dapat nila i-render yung service o kaya ibigay yung mga products. Okay? So ano ba yung another difference? Kanina line position and staff position, pwede rin siyang line department or staff department. So a line department has direct authority over staff departments in the organization. Ang staff naman na department or unit is one that provides services, assistance, and advice to the departments with line or staff responsibilities. So tayo sa accounting department, ano kaya tayo? Line or staff? Ang accounting department generally ay staff department ng mga companies. Nakasupport tayo sa operations. Pero kung ang nature ng business mo, tayo ay accounting firm, tayo mga accountants, tayo naman yung nasa line. I hope nakuha natin yon. And para malaman ko kung nagkaintindihan tayo, una muna ang tanong ko, management accountants are primarily found at the higher levels of the organizational hierarchy. Please let me know your answer. Is it true or false? Management accountants are primarily found at the higher levels of the organizational hierarchy. Ano ba tayo? False, 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 and you are correct. Hindi po tayo kasama sa higher levels sa organizational hierarchy. Kasi nga, ang ginagawa po natin is to support the management. Okay? So, ano kaya answer natin sa pangalawa? Management accountants generally exercise staff position. Ako na lang po sasagot. The answer is true. Staff position po. Bakit? From our definition, from the objectives of management accounting, we assist, we provide the managers with the information, we support. So, staff position talaga ang role nating mga management accountants. Alright? Ayan, ito na lang ang gusto kong sagutin ninyo. For a manufacturing company, what type of position, line or staff, is each of the following? Yung una, manager pala siya of a data processing department. Yung pangalawa, manager din of a production department. Parehas sa manager. So, may I know your answer? Line ba sila parehas? Staff ba parehas? Or isa yung line, isa staff? Can I see your answer? Alright, many answered for letter B. Let's reveal the answer. Alright, ang gagaling naman ng BSA 21. Staff ang data processing, ang manager of data processing department, line ang manager ng production department. Correct. Kasi manufacturing company, ang nature ng business is ito, nandyan yung buhay ng business. Kaya sila yung line department at yung manager ay nasa line position. Kuha po. Pero ito po, data processing department, nagsusupport lang siya sa production department. Support function lang siya sa isang manufacturing company. So therefore, staff position si manager. Kahit pare sila na manager, line position, staff position, not because mas mataas yung isa kaysa sa isa, but only because of the function. Okay? So, siya yung gumagawa ng main function or main nature ng business. All right. Okay, so thank you for answering. Let's continue with differentiating the role and activities of controller and treasurer. From the term itself, a controller is a financial officer responsible for accounting and control and deals with the records, systems, and processes to attain the objectives of internal controls and good managing. Si treasurer naman, protector of the company's value and finances from financial risks that arise from business activities. He deals with money, cash, wealth, pera. Okay? Mapapansin mo kay treasurer, di ba? Pag ang treasurer sa class, siya yung nagko-collect ng pera, siya yung naglalabas ng pera, and also alam niya yung sources ng pera at exercises prudence in using the money of an organization. Okay. Ngayon ang tanong, true or false? Ang corporate treasurer is the officer responsible for firm's accounting activities, such as corporate accounting, tax management, financial accounting, and cost accounting. What is this? Oops. Are you sure na ito ay false? The answer is really false. Ito ay kay controller. Okay? General accounting, tax accounting kay controller. Kasi ang controller, ito i-enumerate na natin. Aside from dun sa mga nabanggit natin kanina. Planning and controlling, no? Reporting, whether ito ay financial or ito ay reporting sa BIR. So, generally, reporting would be for controller. Evaluating and consulting kay controller din yan. Government relations, compliance and reporting, sabi ko na kanina. Economic appraisal and tax planning and administration. Diyan generally pumapasok sa function ng controller. Actually, mas madaling tandaan yung kay treasurer. Lahat ng may kinalaman sa cash flow management at saka sa risk management such as insurance, yan po ay may kinalaman kay sa role ng treasurer. Di ba nga pag nakita natin sa exam, yung safeguarding of your assets, kay treasurer yan. Di ba sabi natin kanina, protecting, ensuring yung safeguard ng ating assets, kay treasurer yan. Or ang clue mo dyan, lahat ng may kinalaman sa cash, sa wealth, whether ito ay may kinalaman sa operating activities ng company, cash flow management po investing, financing, yan. Kung kailangan na ng additional fund, ayan. Kung kailangan ba na magkaroon ng division of profits, ng dividends, etc. So, yan, si treasurer po ang nagsasabi kung capable of giving those cash na sa mga owners or sa mga shareholders. Ayan. So, risk management, insurance. Kasi nga, safeguarding of assets ay function ng treasurer. Ayan. Oops, these are the certifications. International certifications in management accounting. Actually, hindi naman international yung sa CPA pero kasama siya sa certifications in management accounting. Para maging CPA ka, magkano yung review? Sa ngayon, mga 17,000. Kasama yung bayad. Sabihin na natin mga 20,000, CPA ka na. Ayan. Pero siyempre, grabe paghihirap mo na inabot mo na after 4 years na graduate ngayon, di ba may changes na? Kailangan meron kang experience pa, meaningful, parang 2 years yata na meaningful experience bago ka makapag-take ng Sipale. So I think aabutan na talaga kayo nung part na yan. So kailan pa kaya kayo magiging CPA? Nag-K-12 na kayo, nag 4 years kayo sa accountancy, sa PUP, sa ibang school, 5 years pa. Tapos magto 2 years na experience ka pa muna. So ang tagal ng journey bago maging CPA. Pero pag naging CPA, sulit na sulit naman po. Ayan. So number 2 is Certified Management Accountant. This is the one closest, of course, syempre sa management accounting. And normally, ito ay maabot ng mga 110,000 bago ka maging CMA. At pag pumasa ka ng exam, it will require you to have 2 years then, or 2 or 3, I'm not so sure, 2 or 3 years ng meaningful experience before you can be called a Certified Management Accountant. Bakit kaya mas mahal ang CMA kaysa sa CPA? Number 1, when you go out the Philippines, ang pagiging CPA mo, mawala na. CPA ka sa Pilipinas lang. Pero ang pagiging CMA mo, dala-dala mo yan hanggang sa ibang bansa. That's number 1. Number 2, the success of the business lies more on the management instead of the recording. Kasi inisip nila pag CPA, it's more on financial accounting and reporting. Kahit gaano ka-accurate yung record mo, kung hindi maganda ang management ng business, kung hindi magaling yung management accountant na nagbibigay ng information, ng special report sa management para mag-come up sila ng maayos na decision for the company, baliwala rin po. Kaya naman, the success of the business lies more on the advices, more on the management of the organization. Sobrang critical ng role ng CMA kung kukunin natin yan ng consultant. Ibig sabihin, hindi basta-basta. Kaya naman, ang mahal ng exam, hindi rin basta-basta pumapasa. Kaya, if you are, yung mga kaya naman, pagka-graduate nila, nagsi-CPA sila, nagsi-CMA pa sila para they can do both or all those functions. In number 2 kasi, you will be exposed more on the nature of the business, the management of the business. It's more on the, kailangan talaga makita na may competence ka to give advice. How can you ask a fresh graduate tungkol sa mga dapat nilang gawin sa organization? Di ba ang hirap naman? Kaya nga, bago ka mag-CMA, you are asked for to have at least mga 3 years of meaningful experience. Ayan. And yun nga, sabi ko nga, dapat competent ka. Kaya ang ginagawa sa number 1 kay CPA, di ba may 120 CPD units kung gusto mo mag-practice. Pero ngayon kung gusto mo lang mag-renew, 15 lang ata ang kailangan. Pero ngayong pandemic, wave naman yung CPD units. Para maging CMA ka, 45 na CPD units ang kailangan mo. Kung CPA, CMA ka, gano'ng karami kailangan mo for you to practice the profession. With the Certified Financial Manager, I'm not so sure how much, pero definitely mas mahal din po siya sa CPA. So, all these certifications pwedeng maging nakakabit sa pangalan ninyo. Halimbawa, James Gutierrez nga ba? James Gutierrez, CPA, CMA, CFM, MBA, etc. So yan. Kasi the more certifications that you get, of course, the more or the higher the market value that you have when you go out in the market na naghahanap ka ng work mo. So these are the certifications. Hindi naman, at ang alam ko pinapangarap natin lahat ay syempre yung number 1. So with that, I'd like to end yung ating session for the first part. So meron pa po tayong second part, yung cause, concept, classification, and behavior.